Hi, I want to talk to you today about a question that I get asked pretty often. And it doesn't matter if I'm in the United States, if I'm in England, or if I'm in the Netherlands. I get a question, and it doesn't matter if they're men, women. Everybody asks me this question: is do Muslim women talk about sex? Well, and I always thought it was a little bit funny, to ask me that question. Why would they ask it? And then I thought, people don't see a lot of Muslim women like I see them. And they don't have sort of access to Muslim women as I do. I was born and raised in the Netherlands, but I'm from Turkish descent, so I have seen, of course, a lot of Muslim women. And I think being Muslim in Turkey is something different than being Muslim in Iraq or Iran or in Saudi Arabia or in other parts of the Middle Eastern. But still, you can still see that the Western world does not see it like that. And then there was this other thing. The Western world sees these women are all covered up. And because they're covered up, they think that they cannot talk in there, that they're all suppressed and everything. Well, that is not true. I know a lot of covered up women or with headscarves that are really very strong-minded and know exactly what they're saying. I know a lot of lawyers, so very, very strong and independent women. And now the question again, do they talk about sex? Yes, they do. And what I find funny, let me tell you a bit of a story in that. When I would go to Turkey with my family, we would go, for example, to a hammam. They would put me on a slab of marble, and a woman would come and she would do this kisse thing, how we call it. She would take a cloth and really rub the dirt out of your skin, which was sometimes really painful. And because I was Western, they would always laugh about that I couldn't take that rubbing. And then you would come out, be all rosy and beautiful looking, and we would drink tea, and mostly what would happen is we would start dancing. Or somebody got a darbuka and we would start dancing. And the nice thing about that was because all the women were all together and we could really be ourselves. And our beauty was not for the man or the guy. Our beauty was for us, to have fun and to really be ourselves. And I think sometimes that's what I miss in the Western world, that whole feeling of being with women together and having a lot of fun without it being it for a guy or for somebody else. Because if you go into a club in Western Europe, I would say, or even in the United States, it's like when you're dancing, it's like you're dancing for a guy. And I know that I have been always dancing for me or for just to have a lot of fun. And in those times, we would talk about sex, and we would talk about sex a lot. And I have seen both sides. I've seen, of course, the Turkish side, and I've seen the Netherlands and the American, or even the English side, or even the French side. And what happens is people would say like, oh, this is so private and we can't talk about it, and this is something between my boyfriend and me, which was really a pity, because when you're more in the Middle Eastern part, you see that women talk more easily about that subject. They want to share their stories and they want to have fun with it. There is this ease about it. And so it doesn't matter if they have a headscarf or not. There is this a fun way of talking about it, because let's face it, sex is very pleasurable, and if you do it in the right way, I think. But it is very pleasurable, and I think we can have a lot of fun with it. And talking about it is very, very natural. So I hope that I've answered this question for now and for always. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.